Hello, guys, and welcome back. This is going to be a Galaxy Earth painting, and it's sideways right now, so I can show you how I painted the galaxy part of my Earth. Now, I've already completed the background with black gesso, black paint mixed with gesso, and I did the Earth in a darker blue. I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, I am doing the galaxy part in a alizarin crimson mixed with a little bit of white paint to lighten it up a little bit, and a lot of matte medium. Now I use the matte medium to give it that cloud effect, and the less matte medium you use, the darker the paint is on your canvas. The more matte medium you use, the lighter your cloud-like galaxy part is going to be. Now you see it looks a mess right now, and it's because of the matte medium not being dry. You see it right there. But once it dries, it really turns out amazing. I really like how it comes together. Now that's the top portion. The top portion is going to be this alizarin crimson color. It's really easy to do. Okay, now to the bottom, which is going to be a blue color. I'm pretty sure I used turquoise for this one because I really love that I really love that shade of blue. So again, just with the matte medium, spreading out my paint, kind of scrubbing the canvas a little bit to get it to feather out like I want it, with just adding matte medium to my brush after getting my first coat of initial paint on there. It's really simple and fun to do. You should try it yourself and see how much you like doing it. Okay, so for this part, I just like spent 10 minutes talking to myself while I was putting in my continent, but I didn't realize it, and halfway through I started recording. So there we go. I'm just taking some burnt umber and a sap green and mixing the two together to get my land put in. And I'm looking at a map to understand how the shapes and everything go together. I did put in the Caribbean islands and all of that. And I have to make it look rounded. So that's why I'm kind of going in at an angle instead of just straight down. That helps the earth look more round when you kind of spread it out and turn it around. You could see. It's hard to explain, but you can see the way it's shaped. It makes it look more round. Adds just an extra layer of dimension and detail to it. And I'm making it darker on that side too, because the land is further away. I'm just going to go back in and touch up some areas. Time for my favorite part of the painting, and that is getting some white paint and some matte medium and making some clouds. Now, this is where I started at the dark side so I could get my color right for my darker shade of cloud, which I mixed Mars Black and a tiny bit of burnt umber in there to get that shade. And that's why I started with here, because it's always best for me, in my opinion, to start with the most difficult part first. I thought it was going to be the most difficult part. Turns out it was the easiest part. So I go in and get my dark shade in. Then I just go in with some regular white and make a big old cloud out in the middle of the ocean. Big, strong cloud. Something to base my smaller ones off of. This is a little hurricane that I'm making show up in the Gulf of Mexico. Pretty big guy. And then I'm going to do a little front line. Usually those end up pushing our hurricanes off the coast, which is always nice. Gonna put in some brighter clouds along the edge there, because that is the brightest side of my Earth. Put some over Hawaii. And just kind of spread them out, thin them out as you get further away from the main cloud area, and you can connect them. Sorry, I cut that short because a kid came in the room. But I was saying that you can connect them with the feathered part, the lighter part of the clouds. Say just an off run, I guess would be the word for it, or a runoff of one cloud into another. And I end up doing that for the big cloud and connecting them to Now comes everybody's favorite part of doing a space painting, and that is putting in the stars. Now, many people do it different ways, but today I used a smaller sized round tip brush. I watered down some white paint and just flicked it onto my canvas using my finger. One-handed there. Yeah, look at the skills. I'm covering up my earth with a paper towel because I noticed when I didn't do that before, I got a couple of white spots on my earth and it doesn't look quite as nice as the clouds, so I kind of wiped it off and then covered it up. But I'm just going in, putting in tiny stars and bigger stars. The more water, the bigger your blotches will be. And I just didn't want that many. So after that, I go in and put in little bitty teeny dots where I wanted stars. I tried to do that starburst type thing. I just didn't like the way it looked on this painting. So I wiped that off and continued on. I do this for a little bit of time. I hope you don't mind. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm just putting in the last little details on my galaxy, stretching this out just a little bit farther and making it look more realistic because it was kind of squared off. But this is the last stretch, guys. Final details to give it that pop and pizzazz. Alrighty, guys, we are finished, and I'd like to say thank you for coming and joining me today while I painted this painting. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then please leave a like and comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.